Start. So good evening, folks. It's 4:53 p.m. November 11th. Today is Thursday, and we had a choppiest day. Inside day also. People call it as inside day, right? So choppy day, inside day. And this is one of the day, right? Again, I think 2 days back we had the similar day, right, where it's a recipe to lose money, after some time. So you need to know that day is going to be choppy, so you step aside, don't keep trying it, right? So what else? So gold working nicely for buyers, right? It's holding all these levels, so stay long in gold, right? Crude, do not touch. It's a ping pong thing, so do not bother to touch crude. Dow, buyers are still strong, right? It went into support, I think, one of this area today, right? So this is a good areas, so Dow can bounce tomorrow, possibility is there if it stays above this area, or if it comes back above this, it may bounce, so Russell was the good one today, so in Discord what we discussed in the morning in Russell, that if buyers are there, they have to hold above this area, period. That is what the word I used, period. They have to hold above these things if they are there, and they pretty much did hold above this area. And then I said it may visit 4, 10, those areas, and Russell got stuck into a 10, right? And then I think 20 or 19. But anyway, so above this, Russell has the buyers in it. Okay, so if you are shorting it from the top, these areas, right, you have to be careful, okay, because buyers are defending from this area. NQ and yes, BTFT buyers, right? That was the proof today. The wave 43 held, right? These are the levels. So 33 did not get hit, right? 25 did not get hit, but we know above 43 buyers are there, right? That touch 46.60 in RTH. If it goes above 60.57, consider BTFT buyers are in, and price will go towards this area, right? That did not happen. If it is holding it above 43, if pullbacks happen, then, right? So pullback happened at 43, right? And then it couldn't go above 60, correct? So 60 to 43 is your range now, right? Sellers here, buyers above this area, right? So below this, below 43, it will revisit yesterday's low, and that was the reason buyers defended these things to the death today. They don't want to let go price, because they know if the moment it breaks, price will just fall down, right? That's why they defended this area, correct? So and this is a decision area for both parties, and there is no decision today, right? So we have to wait till overnight or tomorrow to see whether price goes above this or below this, so that's why the day is screwed up today, NQ, BTFD buyers from 980, 900. So entire day NQ stayed above this area, and pretty much it spent time into this area today, so entire morning it defended this 32 to 50. That was the range I gave in Discord, right? 32 to 56, and that was a buyer's line in sand, and that's buyer pretty much held it entire day. And then it dropped to 07, and then damn thing just bounced, right? So I had a long setup since morning at this level, at the end it got executed, and I bailed out at 40. I was targeting 60, so but anyway, so at least we know above this area buyers are there, right? Based on this, below you can short, but then price did not go below it, right? And it also held above this area, even though if you short it, these are the longs, now what else? 130 is R, right? So basically these are the sellers area, 95, 130. Below sellers from yesterday, above this is buyer. So basically price is stuck between sellers and buyers for intraday perspective, right? Because we are in intraday day traders, right? We are not a swing trader or long-term analyst, right? So I know long-term is bullish, that we all know, correct? Weekly, daily, everything is bullish, right? But we are day traders, so we have to think about day trading, who is in control, right? So now let's go here into the chart, right? So this was the point where day got screwed up. you know, right here. So this is where I said, you know what, day is screwed up, do not trade. There is a bold warning in this code, do not trade after this point onwards. So now morning price open right here at 57, right? So 57.60 sellers line, but we can't just short it, you know, right off the open, assuming that it will fall down, right? Yes, it was a bold level, but you know, here it got tested a couple of times, it was holding it, so you don't want to fade it, right, because of these things. So you have to wait, you know, especially in this nowadays in a bullish environment. There was no follow through usually, right? Price usually next day it just goes higher. Considering yesterday's 25 was a good level, right, 33 was a good level, and it bounced from it entire overnight, it stayed above it, so you don't want to just, you know, short against it right up the open, so you have to wait. And ideally you should prefer long above 43, you know, so you have to wait, right? So we waited it and price came down to 47, right, or yes 47, and then it bounced, right? 47 was not my level, right? So what we discuss is price can bounce from 52, which is this of the open, or it can come to 43 and then bounce, right? So how we want to trade, it depends on the real time. 52 is the middle of nowhere area, and if price comes to 52, you have to assume that these sellers reacted it, right? So you are trading against them. If it comes straight to 43, that's a good area, considering price exhaustion there probably, and then we can buy back to 52, you know, something like that. That was the idea we discussed. So now, so I was waiting for 43, you know, and NQ also I was watching, right? So NQ I took the long here, you know, at 57, 32 area, first long, few points out. Then I took the long here at 40, you know, few point and out. And then I did not trade it after this point onwards, which is this point, you know. And then I had a pending order sitting at 16,007, which was our dream number. 32 was also our dream number right here, you know. That's why I played both the dream number. Few points out, right? So that was the story for NQ that we discussed in Discord. So now for these things, so I was waiting, right? And then price bounced. It did not come to 43, right? It bounced from here. Fine. I was watching AD, yeah. So we were discussing, man, if AD is higher, right, we need a follow through to the downside. But now AD is going higher, right? There is no follow through, looks like it. Even though if price comes down to this is where we discuss. What we discuss here is when price was here, even though if price comes down, most likely AD will be positive. There will be a bullish disconnect, which is the case. Price came close to gap fill, right, into our bold area here, and it was a bullish disconnect. Simple, right? AD was not down. There is no downside momentum. Entire morning the upside momentum was there. So that was a buy area, right? Now question was, we are buying here. Now when price was coming here, I knew, we discussed, right, that there is a risk here because of this. Price balanced here and now it is breaking down. So you are fading against the breakdown, right? So that is the risk. So I was watching, you know, the moment price came, I watched these things. Hey, this is good, right? Bullish disconnect. And then I was watching this 5-minute candle here, you know. So because usually it happens, right? 5 minute, if it's strong breakdown, I'm out. But if it is not a strong breakdown, I'm still in, right? So that's why I just bought it, you know. My stop was right here, you know, not a lot. And then it just worked, right? So because it's a good level for a reason, right? It is a bull support, right? And price come actually straight down, right? Not like, see here it looks balanced breakdown, right? But if you look at here, straight down, see, exhaustion with bullish disconnect, right? Bullish AD divergence. So go long, right? Now the question was, it needs to take out this 52, because in Discord I said in the morning 52, 57, 60 and 43 are important levels to watch, right? That is what I typed in Discord. So 52 on the way up, 52 here, we were watching, discussing in Discord, right, what to do. Hold it, hold it. I said I'm going to hold it till here, right? But then this damn thing, you know what, this chop, I saw these things, NQ was also doing this, I bailed out right there. You know what, because now I know the day is screwed up anyway, because it went down, went up, balance, breakdown, failed breakdown, up. That means both parties are active. No, day is screwed up, it's choppy, it's going to be a choppy day going forward, so it's better to lock in 8-9 points. And luckily it was a good thing, because it came down, then damn thing came up, then there is a breakdown, right? Breakdown from right from 52 level, right? See that? And then came down again, AD was still good, so bounce, came down again, AD was still good, bounce, at the end came down again, AD was still positive, bounce, right? So that is what happened. So you don't want to trade this garbage, you know, you just let it go. Up to this point was good trade, and that's it. I think couple of you guys took this trade, right? So, and that's all, you know, nothing else today. It's a garbage price action, right? Now for tomorrow we have to wait till overnight, you know, to see whether price goes above this, below this, you know, then we have to trade. Otherwise in the garbage we don't want to trade, right? So, and the rest of the stuff I will put it into end of day notes today, you know, under the closing demand. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then.